Welcome back to the Life Legacy Podcast. And as always, we are trying to bring the best guests to inspire you to upgrade the quality of your life. And today, this is going to be a unique guest situation. Sincerely, one of the most creative, insane entrepreneurs that I know, and I know him very well. A lot of people consider him like the next Steve Jobs. He he started his career at Vivint, and he was Rookie of the Year in Door to Door. And in 2 years, grew his permanent lighting company to over 8 million in revenue in only 2 years. And he is 21. There's a lot that we could talk about materialistically, but this is Gage Cummings, my little brother. And sincerely, don't know how this one's gonna go, but it's gonna be so interesting because he has such a unique mentality and mindset that has driven him to accomplish things that 21-year-olds just don't accomplish in their life. And he's figured out a way to really speed up his progression. And in the last 5 years, I've seen Gage progress as a human in so many aspects at such a fast rate. So, without further ado, I want to welcome my little brother, Gage Cummings, to the podcast.
Thank you very much. First thing I will say is since you're my brother, you should know that I just turned 22 last month. But
Did happen.
that's all right.
Yeah,
Let's keep it rolling.
that's a good start,
That
right?
is a good start. But thank
Yeah.
you. Happy to be here.
Yeah, and Gage, like I was saying, it's your life and your path that you've chosen is pretty unique and different. And your growing up has been a somewhat unique experience, and you've gone through a decent amount of hardship. Curious, what three moments in your life have made a pivotal change in who you are and why?
I can list off the two biggest ones because I would say I have two that are much bigger than any other moments. I had two, like, the first one was when I first, like, I don't want to talk about like door to door too much, but when I first felt like I had kind of an overwhelming experience telling me that I should go do door to door for Vivint and did that. And then the second one was when it got me into the entrepreneurial world. The first time I went on a blitz with Vivint and it was fun. Like I was just there for like 2 or 3 days. I actually, when I went out there, I didn't even know that I was going to sell. Like, I was a super spontaneous kid at the time. I just like did whatever my friends wanted to do. And they're like, "You want to go to California?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, let's go." And then we get there, some like 35-year-old, sales manager is like, "Hey, we're selling security systems." I'm like, "All right, let's do it." Oh well. So did that. Didn't think much of it. It was a lot of fun. But I didn't think much of it until I was driving home, and the kid that was my manager there, we were just driving home, and I had this super overwhelming experience. Like, I'm not necessarily religious. Like, I consider myself really spiritual, but I had this feeling that, like, in the church, people talk about it like the Holy Ghost. Like, super overwhelming. I just felt this energy that I call it kind of undeniable. Like I don't know why, and I like tried to make sure that it was real, and I just couldn't deny it. And it was like, you need to go do this. Like you need to devote everything to this. So that happened. Went and sold, and honestly, like I was fully bought in. I told every customer I sold there because I would always tell my customers, I'd say, "Hey, if you ever need anything, I'm your customer support. Just text me." And they're like, "Well, what if you're not here?" And I would always tell them, "I'll be here for 5 to 10 years minimum." And I feel terrible because that didn't happen. But so like we got home, I developed kind of a workaholic syndrome. I feel like where we got home and everybody just, I don't know, everybody I knew, I was living in Orem, just wasn't doing anything. And I felt like
Well,
I
back
just
up.
couldn't
Back
stand.
up a little bit.
Okay.
Before you go home and you realize that a lot of people are stagnant, Gage was going insane, like out of his mind every single day. And like I think like learning the importance of hard work, I think that was, the area where you learn that and the location and moment in your life where you learn that. What took you from just being like a normal even salesperson to strive to such high excellence where you were the rookie of the year for a giant company?
That's a good question. I think a lot of it, honestly, it had to do with me and my growth that I cared about a lot, but a lot of it was like me and my boys on that team, like my car group, like it was family. Like it was everything to me. It was like you go out and you go and produce not for you, not for yourself, like you're producing for your family. And that was a big deal to me. Like I felt a lot of camaraderie about just being there for some of the people that weren't that successful. Like I felt like I was pretty good at it already. And then it was like I wasn't like trying to be a leader necessarily, but it was like I think I can help some of these like average to kind of weird kids that were on the team. It was like that was awesome to me. That was like everything to me. So it was like it was that and being a part of it, being a part of the family, like being that one person everybody could count on to produce every day consistently. That with just it started getting to the point where it was like, wait, I can get really good at this and dominate. Like once I started analyzing what I was doing every day and analyzing the things that I was doing wrong, I realized that once I started implementing things based on seeing what I was doing wrong, it helped me a ton to just get better and better, and it just was exponential. So then it was like I started seeing that, oh wait, like looking at leaderboards, stuff like that, I was like, I can go and kill this. So I think it was a lot of that. I look up a lot to like Michael Jordan and Kobe, and I think that honestly plays a big part into it too. Stuff like that, just like the kind of the door-to-door motivational stuff, but a lot of that.
And so how did you build your mental strength?
I think it was just repetition. Like you actually go work all the hours, but instead of working all the hours actually intentionally, if you do it intentionally, it's like if you're actually trying every single experience during a day that you're like giving absolutely everything, firing on all cylinders, like you will build this mental capacity to its limits. And I think it was just doing that over and over and over. It's like by every Saturday, it's like, dude, I can't even think anymore. Like this is just mush. I can't even think. I'd call my business partner now. I'd call him and be like, dude, I can't even think. I go up to a door and I'm like, I just am not even there. I'm not present anymore because I'm just not intentional anymore. So I think it's just repetition and consistently giving everything in every circumstance.
Yeah. So for people, I think most people choose to not give the 110%. Like to someone who gives 80% or 70 in any area of their life, like what would you say to them?
That's a good question. I would think like you do have to be inspired a little bit with what you're doing. Like for me, if I'm not inspired to do something, like it's hard for me to go 110%. But like in that situation, it was like when I first got into it, it was like I can go and build my success and it's fully based on me. So like if you're working at Taco Bell, it's like if I worked at Taco Bell, I couldn't give 110%. Like there's nothing inspiring about what you're doing. You're not building anything. You're not a part of anything special. So I think you do have to find something like that, honestly. because if you're giving 100% in like a normal job, I don't think you're really benefiting yourself in any way, shape, or form anyways.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of like my passion is like I care so much about being able to provide an opportunity for the mass. Like I'd love to go to SoCal and just like give a bunch of people that are super average people like the best opportunity possible where they can actually just be successful based on their own inputs, because it's hard to find for young adults.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
cool success stories there.
So kind of like your why a little bit is about bringing opportunity to people that not necessarily would have great opportunities in their life. Is that?
Yeah, that's valid. Like I think one of my biggest flaws in what I do currently is like if there's a normal kid that comes into my organization and he's just like in it for himself, or like he'd be successful going and selling something else or anything like that, it's like I don't really care. Like I want to find it's bad because like for me it'd be really good if I like was super focused on going and finding high performance individuals.
A player. Yeah.
But like I don't care to change those kids' lives. Like
They'll be good off.
they'll be
way.
fine, right? So it's like I'd rather go find some kid that doesn't have anything going for him.
Yeah.
And try and change his life, which is stupid. Like it's not necessarily beneficial, but like that's what I care about.
Well, it's important to you, so it's beneficial to you, and then those kids that wouldn't have the normal opportunities, because yeah, like as a leader, you typically go after the A players and you spend the time with them, right? Just in life. And but you're raising those maybe C plus and up or whatever to become A players, which I think one of the greatest strengths of any leader is helping other people become leaders. And so if you're helping people that never even had the vision that they could be a leader, that's powerful and impactful.
Yeah.
I want to go back a little bit. And so we'll paint a picture kind of what your childhood looked like. And then Gage has a very unique pathway with philanthropy in a weird way that's awesome. But we'll start like just paint a picture of what your childhood is, and then we'll talk about philanthropy, some of that spiritual stuff, and then your entrepreneurial journey currently and what you want. So yeah, paint us a picture of what your childhood was like.
That's a good question, I guess. It was crazy growing up with you and the older brothers, 4 older brothers that were just insane. And then around I was 12, parents got divorced. Kind of veered off into doing my own thing because it was like you were going crazy in high school, like other brothers were doing whatever. Mom had too much on her plate, so like I kind of just got left alone a little bit. Not in like I didn't get abandoned or anything like that, but it was like just wasn't trying to be molded as much, I think.
Yeah.
But it was really beneficial that way. Like I became independent really quickly, and that helped me a ton in my future success, I think. But
yeah. So when mom and dad got divorced, like what did that mean to you? Like how did that impact you?
Obviously that sucked. It was a big change in my life, and I think I was just really confused. Just really confused at the time. Became a pretty lost kid, probably. But
I think you did pretty good.
I think there was good from it. Like here's one of the big things I believe in is like, I don't know, I don't think the perfect family life is necessarily beneficial for somebody that is going to become ultra successful. Like if you want to be worth a couple million, 10, 20 million, like really good family structure is super beneficial for that. I don't think if you want to become like a billionaire, you really, I don't think that benefits you. Like, I think a decent amount of trauma can actually help you build character a ton to the point if you wanted to get to that level. But obviously, I don't think everybody should go for that level.
Yeah.
I'm not saying trauma is good, but there's good things that come out of trauma if you want to become ultra successful. It builds so much character. Like, I don't think I'd be anywhere that I'm not even close to where I want to be at now, but I don't think I would be here without it.
Where do you imagine you'll be in 10 years?
In what metric, or like my lifestyle, or what?
Yeah, just paint a picture of what you imagine your life will be like in 10 years.
10 years, I think ideally it's like me and the people I consider brothers. You as well. My
Thank
real
you.
brothers too. But I have a very tight group of the people I call brothers, that I call my family, and be me and them just conquering the world, basically, like doing whatever seems enticing enough and monumental enough to go and achieve that.
Yeah. So, take someone, either someone who has been in really hard things or gone through hard things, or has kind of had like a perfect upbringing, like quote unquote. No one does. And like, how can someone that would just be like a $2 to $20 million person turn to be an ultra successful person?
And they don't have any trauma.
Mm-mm. Well, everyone does have trauma. That's
yes,
just
that's
not
true.
realistic to think. No one hasn't gone through
That's
things.
fair. I think it's surrounding yourself with people that are just a little bit psychotic in this world. Like, everybody that I am associated with is somewhat a little bit crazy. Like, I don't like being around the normal social life that is of my age. Like 20 to 23-year-old kids my age that I don't associate with a ton usually are just losers, I think. Like, honestly. And I think it's associating yourself with the right people. Like, it's corny, the 5 people you surround yourself with is who you become, but it's real.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it's 100% real. So I've seen it firsthand from people that don't think big, and then they hang out with us, and it's like, oh, they see the possibilities are pretty endless. And I've seen it from myself too, just being normal kid, a little bit programmed, and see people that are like, they don't believe in any of that. And it's like, okay,
Well,
there's reality to that.
and this will probably be like a decently controversial podcast, sincerely, just high views. And so what do you feel like it means to be programmed? Like, what does that look like?
I mean, I don't believe in college. Like, in this day and age, there's many better vehicles that you can take to just level up completely. Like, unless you want to be, say, a mechanical engineer, a doctor, or a lawyer.
Yeah.
Which I don't know that everybody actually really wants to be that. But like, I think if you're just going and getting your generals done, it's like you're obviously programmed. Like, you're just doing it because that's what people do.
Yeah.
No direction, no true direction. So, and I think it comes from your parents too. And like, obviously society's changed a lot, but like, when you're consistently told what
You should do.
what you should do, compared to like surrounding yourselves with creatives and being inspired by big things, like, probably programmed.
Well, I think that's an important thing you said, is like people that don't have direction, and it's very rare, I think, to have someone in their 20s to like have a fulfilled why, like know what they're passionate about and what they're going to conquer for the next 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
And so for someone who doesn't necessarily, like, they're seeking to understand what they want in life, How do you feel like they can find that?
I would say they need to go do door-to-door sales. First things first, 100%, 1000%. Like
Why?
that just builds you to a completely different level if you haven't done it, I think. Like you go do that just for a couple months, like you become a completely different person and a better person. Like you just become better, like truthfully better. So I think that's a big part of it. And then, yeah, just surrounding yourself with people that are high value. Like you think about Rich Dad Poor Dad, like he saw two different lives.
Did you just mention a book?
I did, and I've never even read it, but I know the story. But it's like he sees the rich dad and the poor dad. And he's like, I'm gonna go, like, learn about what his life is. Like, I want to be. That's what I want. So I'm gonna go be a part of that. It's like anybody in this day and age can go and find that. I truly think like you can go watch stuff on YouTube of people that think completely different than your college professor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think those are the main things. Go do door to door and then surround yourself around killers.
And then what trauma or trials have you gone through that you feel like have benefited your life, and how?
I think like dad not being around was a good thing for me. Like I think and now I see it more as a good thing because it's like now I resonate with it. Like I can tell he was on a mission. But because I see him and then I see myself and I see the same things. It's like, okay, I can see he was just dialed. Like he was obsessed. Like Kobe Bryant's obsessed.
Yeah.
Like there's beauty to that because there's not a lot of people that are like that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, yeah, I think it probably sucked as a kid. But now looking back, it's like kind of had to learn on my own. One, two, I see it now. It's like, okay, he really was a killer. And I've got that in me, so now I know I have the confidence to be more successful too.
Yeah. I definitely think our dad taught us that there really is no limitations of what we can accomplish. And we're definitely grateful for that. And so, what were the good things that you learned from dad?
He's a giver. That's one thing that I care about. I mean, I think he was really similar to me in the sense of like, I want to go work and just build a bunch of crazy stuff that is like worth a lot of money. Like, I don't really care about it. Like, I just want to provide opportunity for people, and with money you can do that. Like, have you ever seen Peaky Blinders?
Yeah.
There's this one scene where he's so sad and he's paying his like employees, Thomas Shelby, and he's like, "This is what I can give you for your hearts and your souls, for what you give me." And it's sad, but it's like there's some beauty to that, I think. But being able to just provide, being a provider, take care of the people you love.
Yeah. No, I think that's super powerful.
Yeah.
And so you talk about giving, and you give in such a unique kind of weird way that
Why do you say that?
well, just from the stories and doing it together, I think it's a very unique, different type of giving than what most people do. And so, do you want to talk about growing up and how that became a thing in your world?
I guess I don't know exactly which part you'd be talking about.
So, like, for example, Gage will give like bigger quantities of money to random strangers out of nowhere. And so there's that one. What other one are you talking about or thinking about?
I mean, that's the main one, but it's
So that one, yeah.
yeah. I don't know. It's like I don't know. I just see people that are a little bit lost, and it's like they're never gonna have a lot of money. This would make them happy. So it's good to do that every once in a while, I think. But
So give an
it's just
example.
fun.
Give a story and why is that fun to you?
An example.
Yeah.
Um, there was this one gas station worker that I like. I think I was only like 17 or 16, but I had like some money, and it's like when you're that old, you don't need money for anything. And then I was talking to this worker, and he was talking about how his wife has cancer and that he struggles with the payments. And it wasn't like he was asking for money, like I was a high school kid. But next day, I was just, I mean, I was kind of bored. And I was like, I should just go give him some money. I think there's beauty in that, and it's like there's plenty enough to go around. Like people that are controlled by money, like they're just as enslaved as somebody that I believe goes to college.
Yeah.
And um, I think a lot of people will either be controlled by one or the other, sometimes both, usually both.
Yeah.
But if I can provide some joy that they usually wouldn't get any other time, that's great.
It shows you like the unique mentality of Gage Cummings, and it's been really fun to be his brother, to just watch his creative growth and uh, like just from brother to brother. Um, Dude, you're powerful. You're a leader for good, and I think what you strive for is so valiant to just try and give people opportunity that they would never have. And so a lot of people might like, yeah, you drive an Aston Martin. You have like nice things, and I think you like those things too, definitely. But
Yeah.
I think so some people could get caught in that image that it's like, oh, he's just money hungry. But I want people to know the deep version of Gage is that he wants to give. And he, like, yeah, you hear he has some cool company, which we'll get to. And it is really cool. But the reasons behind it is why, Bosso, they're so loyal to the company and what you guys are doing. So it'd be really cool to dive into that. But yeah, it's super cool to see what you're accomplishing and why you're accomplishing it.
Thank you. I
Um,
think one thing just to add to that is like, I don't know, like those successes, like those are super minor, of course, but like stuff just comes when you do good things. Like money, all of that, like it all comes like if you're doing good. Like I just think there's a big misconception, especially in the business world, or like somebody that would say maybe wants to start a business. They just think it's like, okay, we need to be kind of like evil masterminds and keep all the money and not give other people money. It's like give people money, they'll lay eggs for you like forever.
yeah.
Like, and it's like don't do that as like a plan to just make more money for yourself, but it's like that's good. Just do good, and it's like it all snowballs. Like it's so stupid that the main um I think the general consensus is that you need to just like be kind of a little bit evil to make a lot of money, and it's not true. I don't think it's true.
Mm.
So, but yeah, a little tangent.
No, that's an amazing tangent that more people need to understand. And so how do you feel like, because you've had like a taste of money and stuff, how can you help people not be greedy and more focused on good? Like the leaders that you're training, how do you keep them like that?
I think a lot of it is making sure that they understand the vision of why this all happened, like why they're even in a place of being in the org that I'm in, is that it wasn't ever for money.
Mm.
Like money does come, and if you focus on helping people be more successful, like yeah, you get money because you manage people, whatever. But like if you really focus on those things, the output of the monetary success is higher always compared to if you're focusing on the money.
Yeah.
And like I think it's important for me to always communicate that that's the main goal, is like we're gonna help these people that don't think that they could be that successful. We're gonna make them successful, and money will come to you for doing that as well.
Yeah. So
Just reiterating the vision, I
yeah,
guess, to make it short form.
diving into the core and keeping people around the why more than the how and what it's producing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's super important. And um let's still talk a little bit from um now let's go back to when you finished sales, which Gage like knocked it out of the park. And um he was coming from like an interesting high school experience. I probably wasn't the greatest example of like a good kid in high school, which I think is also um you know like it's okay to enjoy your life, and sometimes there's like authority figures in life, and this is a little bit maybe controversial, that shouldn't be authority figures. and, and I had a really hard time with that growing up.
We both did.
And um but yeah, just knowing the value of people and keeping that core of people is the most important thing. And before we hit your entrepreneurial journey after Vivint, what do you think it takes to have a fulfilled life? Like take us through what a fulfilled life looks like to you.
To me,
Yeah.
I think a fulfilled life to me compared to most is very different. But to me, it's constant chaos. Like if there's not chaos in my life, I don't feel fulfilled at all. Like even if we're doing well, like if there's not things begging for my attention that absolutely need me to go provide value for, I'm just bored. Like